Hi, this is Angie Guidry, and this is Chapter 7, Numbers 6 and 8. Question number 6 says, using internet resources, create a visual depiction of the writing process and describe what this process would look like at the elementary, junior high, and high school levels. First, the writing process begins with pre-writing. This is when the students decide what they're going to write about. They think about who will be their audience. They brainstorm ideas about the topic and then do any research that they need to before they begin writing. Then the next step is drafting. Put your information in your own words. Write sentences and paragraphs, but don't worry if they aren't perfect. We'll fix that later. Then read your paper to see if it correctly represents your message, and then have a friend read it too. The next step in the writing process is revising. You should read your paper again, rearrange the sentences, fix odd parts, then read it aloud to make sure that it flows correctly. The next step is proofreading. This is where they check for complete sentences, check grammar and spelling and punctuation, change any words that aren't used correctly, and then recopy it neatly and correctly. And finally, the final step in the writing process is publishing. This is where students share their finished product. This may be done like in a reading it aloud to the class, creating a book, illustrating their product, their paper, and creating a product, hanging it on the wall for others to see. There are many ways to publish. In elementary school, the writing process is going to be a lot of teacher-directed instruction, lots and lots of modeling by the teacher, explicit instruction on how to write the paper, and lots of use of graphic organizers to help the students organize their thoughts correctly. In middle school, there should be less teacher modeling. The students may still use graphic organizers to help them, and in my experience, it's been beneficial to have the teachers conference with individual students to make their writing better. There's less emphasis on the process and more emphasis on the content of their writing. And then in high school, the writing process should be automatic. Students should take ownership of their writing and complete assignments with autonomy. The teacher should serve as a guide. Question number 8. Using internet resources, create a visual representation and explanation of self-regulated strategy development. Be sure to include how this strategy improves writing performance. The self-regulated strategy development involves explicit teaching of strategies, interactive learning between teachers and students, and instruction is individualized based on each student's needs. It's self-paced. There's always new strategies being introduced and new ways to use strategies that they've already learned. Mnemonics are used a lot in this strategy. For example, here's a graphic that I found online. POW, pull apart the prompt, organize my notes, then write and say more, plus TIDE, your topic and introduction, your important details in the end. It reminds students of how to organize their paper. The benefits of this strategy is that it's effective for a variety of ages. It doesn't matter their level of achievement or with or without learning disabilities. It gives students a positive attitude toward writing. It motivates them because they're in charge of their own learning, their content knowledge, and they regulate themselves. It's shown to improve the quality of writing, it improves the knowledge of writing, and it improves the approach to writing and promotes self-efficacy.